Hi, welcome back and welcome to another reading. This will be your general reading for Aries season for those of you who have an Aries sun, moon, or rising. And if you don't have one of those placements and it's a title or the thumbnail that led you to click onto this video, then like we always say, stick around. There may be something here for you. I'm very glad and happy to be back. It's been a really long time. And I'm finding breathe. Just a couple more here. Okay. Okay. So what do you do? What do you do when you feel like the world is against you? Or what do you do when you feel like everything needs to be a competition or that you're fighting some kind of battle? And I think that that battle has to do, through your eyes, what it looks like is making the right choice. It looks like it's making the right decision. And that's particularly hard right now because it's like the odds are against you. The chips are stacked against you. Or at least that's how it feels at times. And there's this kind of optimism with it where you have so much trust in yourself that you trust yourself to always make the right decisions. So come what may, who cares what the odds are? I think that what I'm trying to get to is the amount of faith that you have in your ability to make the right choice, like we were saying, or to make the best out of a situation, or to impact your circumstances in such a way that the outcome is favorable. And one of the things I see here that you're wanting to change, it's like you need a change of scenery. You will be having a change of scenery, and I think that you're actively trying to effectuate that. Hell yeah, this looks like discipline. And I think that you should really be proud of your ability to rein in your desires or your impulses. And this is particularly important when you're trying to make the right decision, right? You want to make choices. It's like you have to see farther. It's like you have to look past your choices to the potential consequences. Look past those day-to-day decisions that sometimes you make on a whim but have long-term ramifications. And it's like, if you can consider those possibilities without getting to the point of becoming paranoid or obsessive about them, then there's a lot that you can do to help yourself not self-sabotage. You're scaring me. But I'm so proud of you, and I believe in you. We'll talk about these more. Hold on. Okay. So we're back to talk about these one more time. Now, the Seven of Cups, the Magician, and the Four of Wands is that new thing that you're trying to create. This is that change of scenery we were talking about in the first part of the video, and I think that this is also about that faith we were talking about in the first part of the video as well. This what is faith, right? It's knowing that there is something better, there is something good on the horizon. It's more than believing in it, but you know that choosing is a part of it. You know, there are some things that we really think we need. We attach so much value to them. We attach so much importance to them. We think that they're critical. We think that they're the most important. And those things that we assign value to, you know, if we're not careful about how we handle it, about how we address it, about how we take care of it, if it ever gets ripped away from us, if we ever have to part ways with it, if we ever have to choose different, it then becomes this kind of obstacle that you have created for yourself because you're not as open. The way you define or perceive satisfaction and accomplished, you know, there's a way that it's always looked for you. So many of you, I think, are being challenged in the way that it's changing forms. It has to, it must. And the best that you can do, the most responsible thing that you can do, is be open to those different forms, to be creative, to have faith. I think that there's this thing, I don't know what it is, but it has been very draining. It's taken a lot of work, it's taken a lot of patience And I think that there's a lot that's becoming known about it. There's a lot that's becoming settled about it. And I think that these are things that needed to be addressed for a very long time. And there's no time like the present. Because all of these things, they're holding you back in some way. They are a boon in your plans. And it's all coming out. It's all coming up. It all needs to be faced. Yes, this is all good. You know, it's things that you haven't really been very vocal about, that in some ways, maybe through the eyes of others, you are somewhat secretive about. And it makes you, you're being, you kind of have to be more vulnerable. You don't have much of a choice. And I don't like how that sounds, because that, I don't know, it's like this association of weakness with it. And I'm not saying that you're the one who has this association with it, but I just think that many times this is how it could potentially be perceived by other people. And I don't think that you live your life for other people. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that, yeah, you don't want to appear weak. So these things that are becoming common knowledge, these things that are privileged information, these things that are sensitive, it's good that it's coming out. Something is being ruled in your favor. Something is being decided in your favor. So I want you to be encouraged. And I don't want you to think that all is lost. You really need to go within and find the light. Anyone can have a kind of demon in them, if that's a perceived demon in them, if that's what you're looking for. So I think that when you overanalyze and you critique someone, or when you doubt them, ask yourself what that is really based on. It's reminding me of kings of old who, as a precaution before they eat meals in their own castle, would have someone try the food first to make sure the food isn't poisoned. And if we just take a step back and think about that for a moment, you are in your own house. This is something that you have built, something that you have created. And I think that to turn your back on it, or to not believe in your own instincts, and to not see the humanity in someone and the things you have alike, in the capacity for understanding and camaraderie and support, out of fear of how you'll be perceived, or a lack of faith in their ability to see the humanity in you and to see the value in you. You deserve it. And when I say that, I always like to follow it with "you've earned it," because they're two very different things, and I think that you're someone who is worthy. Your capability or your strength or your ability to move forward or to pick yourself up and to do right is not something that is ever under fire, and it's not something that should ever be questioned or ever be doubted. Contrary to what you might think at times, everyone is not, yeah, there are some people who don't want to see you thrive, who don't want to see you succeed, who won't leave you alone, because there is this fascination. And I don't know so much that it's about you. It's about who you walk with. And it's about the big guy. It's a kind of energy that attracts. So what you take an interest in, others are going to take an interest in and want to see. This season asks you to yield to a power that's greater than your own. And that shows up in your life in those moments that you maybe feel like you have no control over, or those moments where the consequences of your actions or decisions, you come face to face with them. So what can you do but yield and understand and grow and adapt and evolve? But nothing can be done, nothing can be accomplished without faith. And I think you can see the good in any kind of situation. If something isn't in your life anymore, let that shit go. And just try to figure out how to do it, how to make it without it. It creates an opportunity for something better, something more. But you have to see the ways that you can be profitable, the ways that you can make money, the ways in which this set of circumstances you find yourself in, it allows you to you're going to straighten a lot of it out. I see you making a lot of money. It's giving breaking bread. Alright. If you enjoyed this, hit the subscribe button. I don't post on schedule, but I like to think that when I do, it's helpful. And these videos shouldn't really be videos that you watch religiously. You need to make your own choices. You need to make your own decisions. You need to listen to your own voice. You need to seek God, the God within. And there's a lot of that's done in your own time, in solitude. And I think that you should formulate your own opinion. So when they come out, they come out. When it comes out, it comes out. If you got everything that you needed from a video, and you don't need to know more, then I really appreciate you watching up until this point. And if you want to stick around and watch more, you shouldn't feel guilty about that. Till next time.